Yep. So hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Mark Morley, and today, once again, we are here to actually do a lot of good stuff and understand a lot about how civil society and things like that uh functions, and we are doing that for only sole purpose, that is to actually create money, right? So unlike okay. Unlike my other channel, this one is more about, building, like you all know. I don't know why I'm giving introduction again. I did that on the day one. But okay, so there's a couple of things we have to plan. First of all, it has to do with the girlfriend, right? I mean, what I did realize is that, like we discussed about, not specifically her, but about the sleep schedule and things like that. And it got worse again. Like I slept about 5 a.m. and woke about 11 or something. That's about 6 hours of sleep, and it's really trash. Like way because, I mean, that's not the usual time I sleep at, and I really, really got frustrated as soon as I woke up, right? I mean, like, really frustrated for some reason. I mean, we cannot blame the women, right? I mean, like, yeah, she's working on her desires too, and yeah, but okay, let me show you my screen, and we should come back here to somewhere to actually start doing our own stuff, because what I did realize, because it's all about system design, like we have designs in market and things like that, and like like how we have everything, right? Like just think of it. Okay, wait a second. Let me just do one thing actually, really quick. Yeah, how can I forget that for some reason? Oh, what the fuck? I forgot this thing too. Okay, maybe I actually started streaming in a really hurry because I was getting late because I slept so late and woke up so late. So I was like doing my breakfast real quick, so that I could get everything started real quick. Uh, fuck, because of uh, like okay, so female is the disturbance. Oh yeah, reconnection was successful. Yeah, I did actually went out for there for 1 second, and sorry for that. Yep, it shows reconnection is successful. Successful. So now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Like here's the real thing, guys. I mean, what I've realized is like, okay, when it comes to relationships, right? Like not relationship, it's just sleep. I'm following sleep for the last 2 months. Okay, sounds really big. Yes, almost 1.5 months. I've been solving this, and I've felt lost so many times. I felt like, why is it not working out? First of all, there was one reason that happened was because sleep cycle shifted. So the first reason was sleep cycle shifted. Like, so this was like I was at the start. I was expecting to. What's happening? Why I'm not able to write? Yeah, sleep cycle shifted. This was one of the biggest reason because I was trying to fix my sleep from 12 to 9, right? This was what I was trying to do, but I just couldn't do it, right? The second biggest problem we had, because the sleep cycle shifted, because it just happens to be that if you change the meal time, and if you change kind of like the exercise and workload, right? What happens is like sleep cycle shifts. Like, so it's like it was forcing work LOD and morning sunlight, early morning exposure to sunlight, right? So sunlight exposure. So if you changes like these kind of things, like let me just look at my face. It's really good, right? Yeah, I do look handsome. So if you change these basic stuff, sleep cycle shifted, and this is the biggest problem I had in my system design, because I didn't use. I was still forcing that. That actually wasted a lot of days, right? The second biggest problem was environment. You know, environment, and environment is still like the biggest problem right now. So first example, no one sleeps at 9, because I realized I need to sleep at 9 or 10, literally. So for that I need to get dinner at 7:30, right? Or 8, so like literally, right? And I was getting it early, so that's another thing. If I want to sleep at night, I need to get my dinner done at 7:30. This is like early. For that I need to go to gym early. For that I need to actually eat my lunch early. For that I need to get my breakfast early. Like, yeah. So that was like an entire shift. Like, but this was like my routine shift, not in now it's okay environment. It's like my environment doesn't make food that early. Like I literally had to condition my mom over repeated exposure and request to actually start making food earlier. I had to condition her to in the morning to bake rice and eggs. So that conditioning takes a lot of time. But now you'll say, okay, so then still, now you've actually solved the environment. And then there was relatives, and each time we went outside, relatives were another. I do not have friends, so that is a good thing. But relatives were another big problem, because you cannot stop relatives from coming at certain times to certain moments in your fucking life. So relative also push the bounds, because they would force you to wake up until 12 or 1. So like, yeah, I mean 12, like in our generation, 12 p.m. like 12. If I don't know about if it's true with everyone, that 12 p.m. is like, or sorry, not p.m. a.m. is like this is like 10. Like, this is like 10. Like, back in the day when I remember the child, 10 was really considered late. Now 12 is like, like 12 was considered not late, actually. Sorry. 12 was considered late. Now 2 a.m. is considered slightly late, if not 3 a.m., and 12 is normal. What the fuck is wrong with this civilization? That doesn't like align any at all with your biology. Right. So we had this problem too, guys. So I tried my best to solve this problem. With the relatives, and it got solved. And environment, like, my parents would still call me at the night, like, somewhere around 10, because they didn't know I was sleeping. So I started using Do Not Disturb, right? I did all of different kind of stuff. But then again, the biggest disturbances was this one. My girlfriend. Yeah. So she is like the biggest disturbances out of all the disturbances. I'm not gonna deny. Like, second biggest disturbances was the sleep cycle shifted, because I didn't know fucking. So I was like still forcing, because I thought I could force it, and I thought it was just coincidences that I was like, yeah. So signal to noise ratio was really high there. So like, sorry, noise to signal ratio was really high. But this Pokemon here has caused a lot of problems. And the thing is, I'm someone who actually quitted a lot of addiction in the past. And there's one thing I know all about quitting addiction, is like the thing that dominates the most is environmental design. Right? So up until this point, I was using motivation to fight her, and that never works out. So I'm not fighting her. It's like, the thing is simple. This organism here, right here, is free somewhere between 11. Like, yeah, somewhere after 11 to 11:30. This organism is free at this point. Like, okay, 11 to 11:30. This organism is free. Like, now it's free till 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. Right? That is the time period this organism is free at. And this is my sleep time is like, okay, it's 10 to 6 a.m. And we yesterday started a call at 11, ended a call at 5. Not ended a call. We both slept on the call, because I slept on the call, and then she didn't cut, and she slept on the call. So, and then in the morning, she woke up first and then cut the call, right? Because she had classes, and somehow she's able to do that, like, only with 3 hours of sleep, and then she'll come back in the afternoon and sleep. But fuck, I can't do that. I have food, gym, diet, work, all that different stuff, right? So she can absorb that entropy, but I cannot absorb that entropy. Like, entropy is the like disorder, right? So she can observe that disorder, because her life doesn't demand physical exercise, doesn't have a loose diet, doesn't actually demand a lot of work or output or stuff like that. She just had to take classes, and she do a good job at studying. But then again, she's only studying. I go for like gym, and then I create YouTube, and then I do coding, and then I fucking read books, and then I fucking reflect. I mean, what the fuck are you saying? Right. So there's so much different stuff, and that take cognition, energy, diet, everything. And then there's like fixed schedule that I've built for myself, and she kind of like constantly breaks that. So then again, now you'll say, okay, Varric, what did you did for the last over how should I say 2 months to fight this thing, to fight this monster? What did you did, Varric? And I'm like, yeah, guys, that is the only question. That is $1 million question, because I did fucking nothing. I mean, all I did, I was so fucking stupid for the last 2 months. I was so incredibly, I have quitted a lot of addictions. And as someone who's quit, I'm fucking stupid sometimes, right? I'm fucking stupid. I mean, I've quitted, I knew the example, I knew but I just thought, like today morning, I got really frustrated, right? Because today I realized I lost the control. I thought I could control this. I thought I have command. I thought I had control. I thought I can actually, talk, because she's free in the afternoon too. So we can shift our calls to afternoon, but sometimes her mom is there. So she can't talk all the time in afternoons, but that's all right. So that's what I thought. I've got this under control. But incentives dominate. Now, what is incentives, and why do they dominate? And why are we even talking about sleep in a stream that is supposed to talk about $1 million and how to earn revenue? Because this is everything that is due to do with the money. Because if my sleep schedule is not fixed, my productivity is less. That means workload is less, or it's not workload. Work is less, consistency is less, and that is less money. Like, fuck. Right. So this has everything to do with money. So we have incentives, and incentives dominate. Incentive, pretty much what you're rewarded for. Let's say, for example, you hurt a child, and your dad says, oh, that's a good thing you did, man. The world is hard and rude, and you should actually pay it back for what it did to you. You are rewarded for hurting other people. Let's say you actually went to a house and gifted someone a gift, and they gifted you something back in return. And each time you meet, they kind of like treat you really nicely. So you treat them nicely too. So you're rewarded for that. whatever you're rewarded, you'll behave in certain ways, right? So if you are rewarded to talk between this timeline, and you're rewarded, and then you have a woman that is vulnerable to you specifically at night, and you are also vulnerable at night, because it's supposed to be night, not afternoon. Night calls are just way better than afternoon calls. I just know that. She knows that. Everyone knows that, right? At night, you just, for some reason, there's this like, okay, we, yeah. So because of that, these bad boy here are getting fucked, right? But the biggest reason was that she is a disturbance. Like, what do you call a disturbance? Disturbance is like not a some villain thing, or it's like disturbance is anything that keeps the effective variables within bound, right? So it's like, to her, the sleep schedule is kind of fucked, and this is what happens when you are actually in relation or connection with an organisms that have sleep schedule that fuck sleep schedule, especially when you cannot afford that. You cannot afford a fuck sleep schedule, right? You just can't, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's been 2 months, man. It's been 2 months. I'm trying to solve a simple problem as sleep. Now, there's only two options: break up with a girlfriend, fuck off with the society and relatives. Like, fuck them over. Like, parents won't be able to do much. Environment is already solved, and everything goes back to normal. Right. I mean, fuck. I mean, it's 2 months, man. It's 2 months. I'm fucking tired of fixing this problem for 2 months. But then finally, my fucking stupid brain has realized that I wasn't actually controlling my environment. And so, yeah. Well, how do incentive dominate? Incentive dominates because simple thing is like, whatever you're constantly rewarded for, you're gonna do the activity again and again. If you're not just consistently but actively, intensely rewarded, it's like a drug, right? If I reward you with a drug every time you do or perform a good task that I like, or I can actually, you're gonna perform it more and more, even if there are chances. And that's why you cannot rely on willpower, because you're rewarded for it. So what you do is you actually design the environment. So what I did is I actually installed Discord, because you get connected to Discord to blocked it, right, using Blocker Hero, bought the premium membership, so now I cannot unblock it. No matter how hard I try, I cannot install the app. And then I use this platform called Stay Free. And what the Stay Free does is that it blocks WhatsApp after like 9 to 6. So between 9 to 6 window, I cannot access my WhatsApp. Right, so we talk on WhatsApp, so WhatsApp on Discord. So yeah, so I cannot access WhatsApp now, and the best part is, because now I cannot access WhatsApp, that means like at the night I won't be able to talk, right? But then again, you have phone calls, right? Oh fuck yeah, I forgot about blocking the phone calls. How the fuck am I gonna block that? Okay, we have a habit of talking on WhatsApp. We do not have a habit, so let's just hope. Are we gonna fucking hope? Ah, man. Now you'll say, okay, why not just break up? But then again, she's a good girl. But that good girl disrupts sleep. I mean, if this lasts for 3 or 4 months more, maybe I'll break up because of sleep. Because you can't, or maybe I beg her to actually change her sleep schedule. It's either of the two things, and I think I'll beg her to change her sleep schedule. Yeah, I'll beg her, but not beg her, actually force her at some point. But I do not want to force. I want to create boundaries in such a way it doesn't affect any of them. Expecting people to change is a stupid thing. I've never done that, and I'll never do that. Okay, so how do we take care of calls? But then again, if I cannot access WhatsApp at night, then I'll never be able to indicate that I want to talk at night. So should I change this from 9 to, like, yeah, 9 is actually good enough. Actually, I did a good job taking it as 9, not as 10. Because if I'm active at 9, yeah. Because by the time it's 8, I'm not active, right? I get like, I'm eating dinner from 7:30 to 8:30. So I'm not active, and for the half an hour, so I lose the window. So yeah, I still have a half an hour time period. So if she does message, I can actually tell her that I'm not won't be able to talk or something. But yeah, since it's gonna get blocked, and yeah, she doesn't want to call on. She doesn't want to talk on call, because at night what happens? The call is really bad. We have talked one time, right? I remember it. So phone calls have a bad, like, capture quality. So you cannot just lie down on the bed. So phone calls are bad in that. So that kind of like the system like is bad. So this system doesn't allow good level of transmission that we are used to. So we are going to compare that to the old transmission. So even if he did try the phone call, because I couldn't contain my fucking instincts, I mean, then yeah, I mean, like, yeah, nothing would happen. But then again, like, you could either become an addict too. I should like, yeah, addict, that means like getting used to talk at night. So that means now you'll force the system through. But then again, the only reason I'm still not an addict, like, I mean, still not too used to it, which is the point. That's why I can actually have some sort of self-control. But what happens? So let's say, what example, it's WhatsApp, and she messaged me at night or something at 9. right? Oh, I can actually do another thing is actually but then again, that create intimate reinforcement loop. So for example, you have WhatsApp and she calls, like, she messages at 9 to 10 or to 11, right in between that time, but it's blocked. She definitely always messages after 9. Yes, yes. So it's blocked between that time period, but what about the notification? Notification still gives a signal, right? That, oh, someone wants to talk, and then you can just call them because you know they're free after 11. So if you didn't sleep that, okay, now I need to block notification of my WhatsApp too. But then again, if she messages me throughout the day, I wouldn't be able to know. Let's say, for example, from 11 to like in the morning, I wake up at, sorry, from 6 a.m. to, let's say, if she want to reach out. Oh, if she definitely want to reach out, I told her to give me a phone call because sometimes I actually keep my internet off because I do not disturb when I'm studying, right? So yeah, she would contact our phone call. So if she really needs me, but that would hardly ever gonna happen. That's an edge case, something that will happen in 30 to 50 days. I cannot sacrifice a lot of cognition onto that, and if she won't be able to reach, then yeah, that's the trade-off you have to pay. And that's only if, like, we can also talk later about that. So yeah, so this is like a really good thing, right? But and then I have discipline too, since I'm not getting signals. But what about notifications? If I, let's say, if I block the notification that I only see when I'm free to see, rather than, yeah, but then again, it causes an intermittent reinforcement loop where you constantly check the thing, and when you think, okay, was there a notification or not? But that's not gonna happen. Why? Because I'm a busy organism. That would happen if when I was free. Like, yeah, I still remember 2 months ago when I didn't start the gym. Oh yeah, I started the gym simultaneously when I started to talk to her. That was another reason why adaptation was so hard. So yeah, I'm blocking, not blocking. Yeah, I'm turning off WhatsApp notification. Who gives a shit at this point? It's not like I have any friend or someone who, like, is gonna. And my brother sometimes also messages me, which kind of is bothering. Yeah, the notifications are off. Fuck. Yes. Finally felt like control is coming back again in life. Felt like a stupid bitch. So now we've blocked the notification, so I won't be able to know. Like, we have not blocked, but you cannot block it. You can just close it off, turn it off, or something. Oh, I didn't come up with a water bottle because I was so in a hurry to actually start the stream. Manage notification. Yes, notifications are off. Is there all different permissions? Camera, location, microphone, phone. Yeah, photos, videos, whatever. So we've got another thing done, right? So now what we've done is, like, yeah, I've blocked channeled with the Stay Free too, and I've blocked the Stay Free app itself. So yeah, because Stay Free app doesn't have much. Yeah, it fucking still shows. Why is Stay Free such a trash app? Like, why is it showing channels again? Oh no, it's blocking. It's blocking. It just allows you to look. Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good. Fuck one. Both of these apps are good. Now I've created a system where it's almost impossible to talk after 9 to like, yeah. Even when other party is desperate to talk, they have no choice but to shift that time to afternoon, because I'm designing incentives for her. I'm changing the incentives, even though both of us have like incentives towards talking talking like late at night or something. But now the incentives are changing because I am changing the environment I operate on, and because of that, my behavior change would change the incentive for her too. So now she would have no choice but to vulnerable at times, or to talk about romantic times in afternoon, if we kind of like let go through that about a couple of months. So like, yeah, so afternoon would be associated with those kind of talks out of nowhere suddenly, which works in our favor once again, right? Which works in our favor. Yeah, I think they yeah, code progress. I still did updated the code progress. That's 7. Right. Like, yeah, and then we also had to do and build a lot of stuff and check out, because like the code stuff that we were doing is like also has a lot of problem in it. Damn, I'm so tired because of like how much I slept, 5 or 6 hours. Fuck, I can't sustain that literally. I mean, no matter how nice the party is, I mean, sleep is sleep, man. Sleep is sleep. Fuck, fuck. Huh? Damn, making me cry. All right. Oh yeah, I did design a simple database. Yeah, there was so many things we had to kind of like check on or something. Yeah. So we'll actually do all these researching, but I do want to drink a lot of water because, like, yeah. And I do want to cry real bad because, I mean, like, yeah, man, 2 months are a lot. Trust me, 2 months are a lot. And I fixed so many stuff. I improved gym by margins. Like I've improved gym, right? I improved like studying. I improved my setup. All of that on fucking like a trash sleep schedule for the past 2 months. I'm doing like I started code. I did everything with a trash sleep schedule, but I still fixed everything. I fixed literally everything. Literally, I fuck. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. Everything was solved. It's like addiction. It reminds me of the days when I was fixing addiction, man. Exact same feeling, exact same helplessness and powerlessness. No matter how many iterations you do, just doesn't fucking work out. Some days, if it's parents, some days it's relatives, some days it's someone else, some days it's just your brother who came to your city and want to meet you. I mean, why is people so used to meeting each other? Just get out of my house. Okay, it's not my house, my dad's house. I get it. You can come in, but huh. Damn, do not create problems for me. I just want to sleep as early as 9 or 10. Is that a sin? Is sleeping early in this civilization is a sin, man? Or maybe I should now I only have two choices. If this also doesn't work out for the long periods of time, let's say for the next 1 or 2 months, I only got two choices. And those two choices is the choice number one is to actually shift the entire schedule. So now what you do is like you shift the entire sleep cycle, right? So what I had to do, like I would have to shift Niall to Barrack. Well, you tried that, but no, I didn't try that. I was forcing a sleep cycle without changing the active variables. I was forced like creating that sleep cycle. So it was like a workout. So I'm gonna decrease like workout load at the same time. What I'm gonna not gonna decrease though. I'm just gonna change the wake up time by actually changing the light exposure by shifting the time of my diet. So I'm gonna like eat late and yeah, or things like that. So my digestion in the night is for not free or something like yeah, you get the gist. So all of those factors, but even then I won't be able to shift it. I mean, there's only something you can do. I can shift it to 11, but I bet like if so, everything goes all right, I feel sleepy at night, but the sleep like very tired to sleep like at 9 or 10, but that doesn't happen because I forced me to sleep 9 or something. Okay, there's an entire science why is that happens. But what I'm saying is like in simple terms, if over time I kept on sleeping or waking up at 6 a.m. and kept on sleeping early, it would shift to 9 a.m. Trust me, it would shift to 9 to 10, like somewhere between 9 to 10, or maybe sometimes on rarely it would be 9:30, sorry 10:30 a.m. But that would be the time it would take. 10:30 is the max. And what I'm saying, I can shift it to let's say 11:30 at best, right? I can shift it to them, but I don't want to do that. I literally don't want to do that. And this is what you once again realize. If you try to fight against a system, it becomes so hard to actually fight against systems that are actually locked in or coupled in. So for example, you have an entire civilization. What civilization and rewards is somewhere 12 to 9. Trust me, this is what entire civilization literally works now. 12 to 6, in fact. That's not 9. This is the timing the majority, if not 90%, like not 90, but let's say 80% of the population sleeps at. This is the normal time. But they fucking get 6 hours of sleep, and I can't go with the 6 hours of sleep. I mean, because it's biologically not advantageous. So I want more sleep, and I want more because I actually produce a lot more. I eat a fucking calorie of 3,000 calories my daily consumption. About 2 hours of workout is daily. About 6 hours of studying is fucking common or getting common at this point. I mean, and then I would need to increase the 6 hours to actually not 12. 8 hours consistently, but I can't able to do that because my sleep still haven't got fixed. I think when I got a better sleep, I can shift this to 8 to 10 hours. But yeah, and that will also increase the sleep demand. So maybe I may start sleeping as early as even 9. Okay, I don't think so it's gonna get any early. But then you go to parties, like 9 is the normal time. Then you go to marriages, 9 is the common time. When you go to out somewhere to hang out, 9 is the common time. When you go to eat outside, 9 is the common time. 9 is so. Now the question is, do you, if you want to get some biological advantages, if you want to get some biological advantages, according to sleep science, according to this book, and according to sleep science, you have two options: align with the civilization, lose some advantage, align with civilization, lose some advantage, disalign and gain some advantage. And what I'm gonna do, because I like, the thing is, I do not care about relatives at all. My parents doesn't mind me sleeping at as early as, like, literally they do not mind, literally, right? Like, and they would actually even support it. After some time they'll get used to it, like, and I can actually force my mom to cook food earlier. It's not a big deal. So this is not a big deal at my home. But the biggest problem is not that. The biggest problem is like these two organisms. First is this, and second, like, first is this, first is this, and the second is this. And why the hell we have so many relatives, man? Why the hell we are Asians? If only we were Americans, man. Asians people have so many relatives. I'm sick and tired of these fucking relatives and these fucking social obligations that these Asians people have. Oh my gosh, like obligations in Asian people when it comes to relative explodes, man. Like, what's wrong with Asians, man? What's wrong with Asians? Could you Asians stop, buddy? Like, why you guys are so obsessed with, like, comparison and like, yeah, like if I were to talk about like one of yeah, civilizations, or not civilization, like a country or the area in the planet where there's like a huge amount of uh huge amount of unnecessary obligations, like social obligation. Trust me, that is nothing but your fucking, like, Asia. They have so many obligations, man. This is like the obligation over the years. Huh. Now, yeah, because if relatives comes, you have to eat with them, right? So now I can use a gym as an excuse, like, oh, it's my diet and I have timing. So I'll just use the gym more and more. I'll just use the excuse of gym that, oh, it's my diet. Oh, it's my diet. That's actually a good thing. Oh, that's why I have to sleep early. You see, I have my diet going on, and I can eat this. I can't eat late. I have to eat early because of the diet and stuff like that. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, gym is the best excuse. But then again, if you do move out, and yeah, I'm not going out to any related parties. Like, I can say I'm building a website and I'm meeting and I work, right? Because now I'm genuinely building a website and I can lie about that too, to actually save myself from going outside the city, right? But doing this and doing all of this, not having friends, create dependency on this more. That's why, like, the more friends, the less friends you have, like, the less friends you have, the less human connection. I do not talk to my parents because I work literally all day. I do not talk to anyone on gym because I'm working the entire time. How that, like, and even if, like, I talk, I do not actually like anyone at gym. Like, it's not like I hate them, I just don't like them, you know. So it's like yeah, the less friends you have. So if you were to, like, friends of, like, like, if you say friends over time, like, yeah, so less social connection you will have, like, over time, which is generally decreasing. So now I'm removing relative connections too. I mean, what do you mean what I'm saying or doing, right? I mean, if you are smart enough to understand. So I'm removing all sort of human connection. I'm removing all sort of human connection. So, like, at a massive rate, as a massive rate. So now what happens is that this organism right here, like, if you can look at it. So what I'm doing, like, look at it. So when it comes to family or friends, over time, if they are decreasing, all right, if they are continuously decreasing, and over the years they have declined sharply in my life, like, like now, right now, if you were to say, if you have any friend, I do not have any friend. There's only one friend, and I'm actually blocking that away because that guy just only talks about women and, like, cigarettes and stuff like that. So that friend's also not there because I've, like, successfully lied to him that I'm busy at the, like, yeah. So I've blocked, like, locked that friend off too out of the picture. So that friend is gone. Right. Like, yeah, so, like, how many friends do I have? Zero. How many relatives do I have good connection with? A lot of them, like, a lot of them. But now, if you stop going and if you stop meeting, or if you just start sleeping early, that would decrease to zero too. That means, and how good of my connection with parents is not, like, almost zero because I work almost the day. So then only organism that is actually there for you, dependence on that organism skyrockets, right? And dependence on that social connection skyrocket, not because that person or the thing is in itself is, like, really valuable, but it's just that it just so happens to be that you are in a conditions where there's other things are actually not present and everything is kind of zero. So when you do have finally some human connection, and because of this dependence, which is already happening because relatives are not present majority of the time, right, what happens is that you actually get shaped by incentives a lot faster. So when they reward you between talking between this time, like, PM to AM. So when they do reward this, the chances of you getting shaped by the reward and actually achieving that increases non-linearly. So even if you wouldn't have done it normally, that's why you need a system design. Like, this is what system design. It's like the very latent property of the system is to stop you from actually drifting into that. And for that, we used blockers. But it's like, what else can I use to actually create it such a way that there's no way, even if there's insane amount of incentives, I still cannot be shaped because environment just doesn't allows. I did that passively, right? I did block the Discord at my phone, right? What else did I did? I limited the WhatsApp app. Yeah. Shall I block the WhatsApp too? I mean, like, what was the last time when I used WhatsApp besides talking to my girlfriend? Like, what was the last time? Honestly, I don't remember. What was the last time? Okay, let me get this out of the picture for some reason. Yeah. Okay, sorry for that. What else can we do? How can we block an organism called this to save us? How can we block her permanently out of my life? I mean, like, okay, at night, not out of life, but she's not the enemy. She just happened to have a sleep schedule. By nature, by all that stuff, no hate to her. She just happens to have a bad sleep schedule that happens to shape me. Right. Or we can do or go through the entire route, fix her sleep schedule. But the thing with the environmental design is like, okay, the thing like, we can fix her sleep schedule. I mean, if I request her, there's a high chance that she may fix it. Shall I request her to do that? Can you please change it for me? No, man, she's been doing this literally for years. I can't. I can't. Especially, it's like if something is strong enough, it's like it's again my ego and pride too. I still haven't told her about how fucked I am because of her sleep schedule, right? Sometimes, but like yeah, but she to some degree, like it's not like she doesn't know anything or something like that. I mean, she do know for a fact that her sleep schedule kind of affects me, but like a majority of the time, I don't tell her anything or like the most of the things, but she do know, she do have an idea. Oh my gosh, these kind of dynamics fucks you over. I don't know what to do. Let's try. I don't know. Let's get the feedback. The faster the feedback, the better. Like, because I'm able to model this problem because I've been modeling this problem for the last 2 months, literally. Right. And that's why my model of this problem is so catastrophically well at this point. Not because like I'm a sleep scientist, but yeah, that's what I'm great at. Like over time, I get good at modeling anything, literally anything, because I'm like constantly containing information about it, the highest quality information. Because of that, I can model it catastrophically efficiently. Because like the stock here, like because if we try to connect the feedback loops that we were like having, the answer would be pretty simple. That we have a stock called sleep, right? And we have a stock called sleep, right? And the stock is like get influenced by the quality and the quantity of the sleep. Is like you get sleep as a stock, right? The inflow is like gym, right? Going to gym and exhaustion, studying, like requires more energy, so that means better and deep sleep actually. And what else is there? Good diet, like that I have good diet. And then face advance is pretty much when you wake up early, and as soon as you wake up, you kind of like look in the eyes of the sun, and or not sun, like you open up the window. I have a window just in front of me, so like you get the eyes like directly sunlight into your eyes as soon as you wake up. This is called face advance, which actually ensures that you wake up and sleep at a consistent time. So that's face advance, right? And then you'll have like, yeah, these are the things that actually improves it. But then you have like relatives, like which is like a really kind of like good enough, like high enough destruction rate. And then you have a family, which honestly have a really low destruction rate, like a really really low, like really low, right, over the time. And then you have GF, right, girlfriend, which has catastrophically high level of destruction rate. If you were to go to gym has also a high level of, like, yeah, if you go to study, dust is also high level. If you go to diet, that is also high level. If you go to face, that's why even for 2 months, this was like keeping me out of bounds, but I just can't be out of bounds. And I still didn't actually stabilize into 12 to 9. I still didn't stabilize, even if like someone was pushing me to stabilize my sleep cycle at that time consistently and repeatedly, because these systems that are constantly creating an inflow, right, always force it. And like these are all the variables right here. Like this is the system A. Like we can call the systems, like this is multiple systems, we can call this multiple system and their stack system A, and this is like system B. And so system A is like improves the sleep quality and affects, like makes it better in the long run for me, so improves it. System B though like decreases the sleep quality and the sleep time over time. So system A and system B are always in consistent war, in which system B has one of the biggest actually uh of power chambers, which is GF, and they kind of like use this to actually have the biggest amount of effect on me. So yeah, yeah. But we have actually like locked it. Like we have literally like locked. So now there's a very low chance of this system influencing me. But then again, you get someone used to talking to females at night. But then again, yeah, I should win. I should win at this rate. Right. Finally, I mapped out the entire thing. It took 2 months. Mapped out literally everything, effects of everything. Like yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm fucking genius sometimes, but yeah. And sometimes I'm just fucking stupid. So yeah. Guys, let me just calm myself down. This is really good. Yeah, feels nice, guys, for some reason. You wanna hear it too? I can't hear it for some reason, so yeah, that's another problem. I can just decrease the desktop audio for now and just hear it by myself so that you guys don't get it. We are live, man. See, consistency is catching up. 6 hours, 1 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. But yeah, we are actually hitting high. Like yeah, I think for this, like yeah, I really got into it, and like yeah, for that you need energy. At that time, I was really well rested too. So yeah, that's how like systems affect other systems catastrophically. Well, what else do we got? I mean, we have to do a lot of understanding today, because like okay, this is like return them back some of the money again and again. Oh yeah, this was incentive system I tried to design, but yeah, create a dashboard for me. Now, I think that money is not important. Like if you can save the time for the businessman, that is the best thing. At number of the dealer below every product to know what about its specification. Yeah, that was I was thinking for when I was actually believing the locality would work out like we discussed. But yeah, get to know everything before buying, and I do need to drink real water, so I'll come back in 2 minutes. And actually, I just want to see is that if I turn on the lights, would I look better? Yeah, I'm looking slightly better. I mean, if I turn on the lights, so yeah, that's good. Well, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Oh, guys, I'm back, man. I'm back, babies. Yeah, back to work. So, like, that was I was saying, like, guys. I mean, I guess you guys got what I was saying, honestly. But yeah, man. So, and there's another thing that I did realize that there was this time period when I wasn't talking to my girlfriend, and what I did find out, like, the time period that I wasn't talking to her, like, in those time period, the quality of a relationship, sorry, not the relationship. I guess for 1 week, if I'm being honest, for about 1 week, for about 1 week. Okay, my handwriting. Why is my handwriting so trash? Like, yeah, on Wacom it's really worse than like, yeah, my mine is not good, and on Wacom it's even worse. Yeah, fuck. What's like? Is there no way for me to write it better on Wacom? Yeah, actually, this is the best, or maybe I should write it this. We have this system leads to that. Nah, this is like I do not have much control. Nah, I have the most control in this way of writing, right? But this is kind of like ghost, like trash. I'm not looking at. So maybe this is what I got. Yeah, this is actually the best. Yes. So yeah. So this is what I'm saying, guys. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. So yeah, so for that 1 week, my sleep did go better, and I thought like I could now go back to her and something. But yeah, she would always like the longer I'm with her, like she would always push my sleep towards what they say. Control Z. She would always yeah, she would always put my sleep somewhere between this time period. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's thermodynamics, man. It's thermodynamics. This is how organisms function. There's only two ways: create a system where it's almost impossible for me to reach her, or change the system itself that is influencing me. Changing the system can only be changed if I change myself. If I started sleeping earlier, like because in the afternoon. Because here's the thing: she sleeps in afternoon, and here's the best part. See this like idea, just like, and then you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if I can shape her incentives, then be shaped better. Because she sleeps in the afternoon, let's say somewhere about 3 to 8. Like, she can sleep. Sometimes she even confessed that she could sleep like 3 to 5, and sometimes she could sleep like 5 to 8. Like, it's not consistent, right? This is like her body's attempt to try to squeeze back the sleep. She's sacrificing a lot of time. But here's the best part: if we talk an afternoon for, let's say, just 2 or 3 hours, let's say specifically at somewhere about 4, controlled at 4 to 6. Now this is the sweet spot, because at 8 she had to go for the dinner, 8 to 9, because she do have a dinner early. So this is the time when she, like, 8 to 9. So she's the time. So she only has the 8 to like 6 to 8, and the probability of her sleeping in that time decreases substantially, because you're kind of like aroused when talking or something. So now what happens? She sleeps. The probability of her sleeping early at night increases astronomically. And then, since she also has a dinner at early time, it's not hard for us to actually shape her sleep time. So in like, let's say, in about a 1 or 2 month, like, this influence in itself would actually push her sleep time from, like, 1 a.m, like 1 to 2 a.m, to all the way to 12 or 11, literally, in just 2 months. So she would start sleeping at 11 or something, like, let's say 11. But that is the thing. I need to be disciplined, right? Because right now, both of us are suffering. Let's say I like 12 to 5 a.m. Both of us are suffering to some degree. She may not say it, but yeah, she also likes to sleep. Like, like, who doesn't want to sleep? Like, 12 to 5 is just like 11 to 5, sorry. And the more she sleeps early, the better she'll feel in somewhere between these timelines to talk. It's a runaway reinforcing loop. It's just that one party has to sacrifice and be disciplined enough to actually shape the other person and their incentives over long periods of time. And it just happens to be that she does a better job at shaping the incentives, because, like, yeah, man, she's winning at this game, if there is even a game. And no one is playing this game consciously, and only I'm conscious about all this. I bet she'd never even think about any of this, or yeah. I have to shape incentives. I have to change her incentives. I have to sleep early and make sure we talk in afternoon again and again. That's what I have to make sure to change her sleep. She wakes up at 6 or 7. 6 or 7. She has classes at 8 or something. So this is like the time period she wakes up at, like, or Like stays away, yeah, or something. Yeah. Okay, I cannot select this. Oh, so that's like a hmm. So that is like the so yeah, we have to, because she have a consistent wake up time. She has a consistent wake up. Now she's gonna sleep in the afternoon. I can't allow her to do that. I can't. And she says she may start exercising soon. All right. So if she like if she start to sleep in afternoon and exercise, then shifting her sleep cycle back to 11 or 12 wouldn't be that big of a problem. Literally. And the more earlier she sleeps, the better it is for me because I get to sleep even earlier. Right? So I will be sleeping at 9, babe. She's never gonna watch the stream though. But yeah. So I will be sleeping at 9 to 10, and she would be sleeping at 11 to 12. So 1 hour, 2 hour difference, right? At best. So this is kind of a lot better because then, yeah, I will, like, yeah, synchronizing would happen. Because I also wake up this time. So the earlier she'll sleep, the wake up, she'll wake up at this time. And days would like, because I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, she will get only 6 hours. I think she thinks 6 hours is enough, which is probably not true according to sleep science, but who cares? So the days would be synced, activities would be synced, everything would be to some degree would be synced. See what I'm trying to say, guys? But if you can get her sleep time to earlier, and this is how you bias the system, right? This is how you influence another human, and this is how you influence systems, market, everything in between. So like the thing is, the biggest problem is like she gets free and get back home from her classes at 2:50, right? So she gets her lunch as soon as she comes back. She comes back at 2:30 or something. So she gets her lunch as soon as like 3 or something. Like that's when she gets her lunch at or something. All right. So we could, if we could shift that early as like 1:30, but that's impossible because she has classes. So that's not possible until later in life or later years. So let's just keep that. So this cannot be changed. Right. So yeah, but we can definitely change her sleep time. We can say tell her to have dinner early, like just influence her because let's say I'll tell her let's talk between 8 to 10. Sometimes she's free, 8 to 10. So I can tell her to get her dinner early. So and if you start talking between this timeline, like especially 8 to 9 or 7 to 9, the earlier she has a dinner, the better it is for her, and the higher the chances is that she would sleep early. And the more we talk in afternoon, the higher the chance she is we'll sleep early. Like if I could just change this bad boy here, like because she do have an early breakfast, which is a good thing. Where is it? Right, she wakes up. Yeah, here she does have an early breakfast, which is the edge. So the only time that is not actually correct according to sleep science is like this time, right? But that is also kind of true because like it's like just one entropy. So if you really think about it, we can shape her and myself in a way that both of us win in the long run and the relationship gets better, right? Without her ever knowing like what happened. Without her ever knowing what happened and how did it happen. Yeah, let's do that. I think it will take about 2 months. That is my prediction. Yeah, let's just go to my prediction login. Okay. Wait, what? It got lagged? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go with prediction login. My sleep and diet would stabilize. My gym stabilized, diet stabilized, coding stabilized. But man, why the sleep still? By 20 June, it's already 19 June. I mean, man, that was my target. I couldn't achieve my target. I would add YouTube. YouTube hijacked the nervous system more easily. There's no code left, but that was because it consumes low energy and it automatically because feedback is sparse. So it appears to be really addictive at the start and really less addictive later on because the feedback in coding and when it comes to reading and books and everything is like insanely high than YouTube itself. And it's not pleasurable because it doesn't align with my values. I mean, like it's pleasure to know and understand different and complex topics. So yeah. And then there's stream regularly wouldn't be that hard. Chances are that I would be able to do it. Like, yeah, at least for 4 hours. False. It's almost like hell without feedback. Yeah, it is. But then I'm getting used to speaking more and more on camera. If only my sleep gets better, everything would. Ha! It would take till July or maybe August to get views in. Of course, that's definitely 20 streams and 10 videos. Yeah, but I still haven't uploaded videos. I've still only uploaded streams, which is all right. But yeah, it will take like till August. It will take August most probably because that by then I will have YouTube videos because I can only upload YouTube videos if I have surplus energy, but I can only have it's better sleep. So yeah, everything. Let's say if this prediction works, if the sleeps get better or not. 4 hours of de-studying will lock in till July. Definitely will lock in. No big deal there. 3 months before any money comes in from YouTube. Definitely June 4. I made this prediction on June 4. I made this prediction on June 3. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not 3 months. I think, yeah, I think it will be like a 4 or 5 months. So yeah, that's not like 5 months because like, yeah, it's not my main focus right now, right? So yeah, by the time we reach October, I think I would have understanding of enough like how YouTube functions and a lot of different things. But I'm not actually focusing even on that, and I'm not actually iterating at all, kind of stuff. So yeah, it would take this entire month for the sleep to be finally fixed, but it should lock in the next 10 days. It didn't log in the next 10 days because there were disturbances. I had to go to a later house and stuff like that. So prediction is kind of wrong, and this is old prediction, doesn't apply to anymore. There's a high chance that after this, I would never wake late at night. Awake late at night. Oh yeah, there's a reason why I was actually awaking late at night, and which is kind of true. So that kind of like okay, I was still getting awake in the middle of night out of nowhere. So yeah, that is kind of true. But I do not remember how did I come to the conclusion that I wouldn't be because I never didn't given myself enough context, so I do not know what I'm talking like. What reason am I even talking about here? So, but that's kind of true. So another prediction, another prediction. Sleep should lock in. Sleep should lock in till July. No. Is this gonna work out? I'm gonna write 5, but just in case 10. Yeah, I think by the end of this month, sleep would lock in. Now you'll say, okay, Varric, how? How? Sleep would finally reach runaway loop. Because I told you, right? It's not that there's nothing, it's just that I told you I already have a runaway feedback loop that constantly reinforces the sleep. I never said I didn't have the feedback loop. It's just that this fucking organism here caused a lot of problem for me. I already got good input. We already built a system where sleep, but yeah, but it's just that these kind of things or these kind of guys just happen to be in a yeah, fuck them. So family's already getting solved, and I should message my brother to never. Where's my brother? Yeah. Oh, it's time for lunch already, man. Got no studying done. Fixing a problem. Yeah, you have to fix problem first. Okay, my body is getting better. Is my biceps go better or something? It's not improving at a high rate because of like a yeah. This one is like less better than that one for some reason. Like yeah, because it's a left hand and that's less dominant. But yeah, yeah. Okay, I feel so sleepy right now. I feel so sleepy. I feel so tired. I mean, I just want to lie down in bed and cry. Like yeah, fatigue has been adding up. Fatigue has been adding up for the last I don't know a month or something. For a better, like, yeah, I literally changed my entire life, and yeah, everything in the last 2 months, like a huge changes, and sleep never got changed. One of the very essential things that is required in the change, it just got worse and worse, if not good. I mean, sometimes it did got good actually between 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, like, yeah, I feel life is heaven, or like heaven when I'm sleeping good. Huh. I want to sleep on time. Yeah, now it should lock in 10 days because I'm never going back to actually talking to her because I've already blocked the WhatsApp and stuff like that. So, yeah, she did message me right now. So, let me just quickly see what that is. I got it from a dream. I see. Hmm. Hmm. Now you'll say why I added 5 months before money comes in from YouTube, because I'm not disciplined at YouTube. I'm disciplined at streaming. I'm disciplined at coding. I'm disciplined at reading book, analyzing life, going to gym, and maybe soon enough sleep. But I'll improve this after sleep improves. I'll improve the prediction, change it, because it's like now I do not have enough data, because I'll know what is my capabilities after I sleep better. Change this after data accumulation from sleep. Yeah, I need to buy the premium version of Whisperflow, so I need to coax my dad or something to make me, like, buy that. Because, like, currently, or maybe I should just change the account a couple of times. I have 6 accounts, 6 email accounts. I can, like, go for 6 months. I've already done that for 2 months now. So this is like, yeah, until and when all of them runs out, I will use my brother's account. Like, he has 3 accounts, and my mom, so I have 4 accounts. I can go for 10 months straight, and fuck, yeah, I can go for 10 months straight, and then I can delete accounts, like, and oh, can I delete account and then log in with that same account? I mean, I don't think so. Whisperflow are that dumb. Like, the people on the Whisperflow is that dumb or something. But yeah, yeah. The weather is so good right now. Like, literally, it's like it's calm, even though there's no wind, but it's calm. It's like cloudy, and yeah, feels really calm. Yeah. Damn, this looks nice. And this kind of gets laggy if you kind of like suddenly. Oh, I see now. Like, the more we have, the more lagger it gets or something. Like, if I. Oh, I cannot scroll, zoom in more, zoom out more. This is the max zoom out, guys. Damn, looks beautifully beautiful sometimes. Some things just happen to look beautiful unpredictably. Right? So, yeah. I mean, I do want to study more on system thinking, because yesterday I couldn't sleep because my body was recovering from sleep depth. Right, so I did got about a really good amount of sleep yesterday. Not like, yeah, yes, not yesterday, before yesterday, right? Because yesterday I just slept. No, yes, it will count as today because I slept at 5 a.m., right? So yeah, yesterday or day before yesterday, whatever you want to call it, I slept for about 10 hours, and like, yeah, and that shows us how big the sleep depth was, and that would have could been better if I kept on sleeping today too, 8 to 10 hours. But yeah, fuck everything, fuck my life and existence for not being able to do so because of a female. And I was about to sleep earlier, but my girlfriend just messaged and she ended up sending voice messages. Oh my gosh, never gonna happen again. Block the fucking WhatsApp, bitch. Let's just hope it works. If it doesn't, we have to go to even extremes. Okay, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? We have to change our strategy. No choice. I have no choice. What strategy can I imply if even this doesn't work out? And what if relatives can, like, give big things? But yeah, relatives are not dominant. They are like 3 to 5 times in a month, right? This is not, and especially at night. Like, yeah, they are sometimes when relatives just comes in the morning, so they come more often, like 7 times or something. But like, yeah, we do have like a lot of relatives, but because my dad has to have 5 brothers and 2 sisters, So that's why we have fucking a lot of relatives, and all of them lives in the same city, and city just doesn't happen to be a big city. So that's why it's a lot common here. That's why I'm fucking fucked. Environment shaped. If I was in a let's say if I was in a city that was more advanced and where like relations weren't that big, and if my father only had one brother, and because I already do not have friends, this kind of problem would never relatives would never even be the part of it, and only the girlfriend would have been the problem. I do not use Instagram. I do not use X, Y, and Z. I do not use anything, right? And then again, another thing you'll say, okay, right, but why is it that it took you 2 months and you're not able to solve? Because in Ramzan, I was so like, like I got like because in Ramzan my sleep cycle got fucked because you have to sleep at 4 or something, like wake up at 3:30 or something, right? So I didn't sleep the entire night, and I got used to it. So I was on Discord call because I used to feel so lonely even the time. That's why I'm not kicking out the girlfriend, because you do feel a lot lonely when I do not even have a single human to talk to regularly, right? So because I do not talk to my parents much, so I had Discord, right? But so I was using it, but Discord is a social junk food. Never actually gives you a real connection, a real warmth that my girlfriend always gives me, right? But then again, like we cannot have her destroy my sleep schedule. So we have a lot of like, yeah, I do not want her to die. I would be fucked, and I have to go back and switch the strategy to Discord, right? But then again, Discord is kind of easy to control that. So yeah, so that's why she stabilizes me too. But then my sleep schedule was already stabilized that late, and it took months for me to actually shift back to 12 or something, right? And stuff like that. So it's like I already was doing for over a month. For over a month, I ruined my entire sleep cycle, and then my girlfriend just came into the picture. So I was trying to, so 2 months. So it's 3 months of ruined sleep cycle, right? So even when my girlfriend did came, I was still not able to actually fix my sleep cycle, and got shaped by her at the start rather than me shaping her at the start. This is the biggest problem, man. Because she found me at the most, I don't know, vulnerable sleep schedule point. Damn. Okay, so we were thinking about what strategy do we have. Should I block my girlfriend for a week? Like block WhatsApp? My girlfriend, why would I block her? I don't know. But then she would be terrified. I'm not messaging her, so she's gonna call. But then I'll tell, okay, let's not talk on WhatsApp, and let's just only talk on calls. So if you do miss me, just call me or something. But okay, but after a week, since I'm with her for 2 months now, after a week there would be withdrawal symptoms. So because like I do not have much human, and there would be high withdrawal symptoms because I do not talk to any human besides her. So it's like there are a lot of withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms. So I cannot actually go with that strategy because withdrawal symptoms are so okay. Whenever I have withdrawal symptoms, I can actually go back to her. So it's like only talk to her when the symptoms show up, right? Because I do have enough discipline to actually yeah. So shall I kind of like not block her, but like why would I block her? But like keep her at a distance for a week or something, so that I could actually fix my sleep schedule and then have more discipline to actually stick with that WhatsApp thingy, or design an app that allows or makes it impossible for me to access WhatsApp after 9 p.m. Yeah, I could design an app, right? Designing an app just to keep this thing in bounds, because I think we will be together for years, right? So if we would be together for years, I mean, I'm thinking long term, then I need her to get used to afternoon calls. No matter what happens, I need to get her to used to afternoon calls. Damn. But then again, her afternoon calls kind of like causes problem for me, and I'll say why. Like, it's because I have to go to gym, all right? Like gym. So I should block afternoon calls somewhere between. I did a mistake. I did a mistake. I should have also blocked the afternoon calls somewhere between 4 to 7, right? So that my dinner is on time, right? But I'm not free. I finally realized the fundamental problem with me is that, okay, my lunchtime is happening. Snows for 5 minutes. I'll go back downstairs for lunch and slight bit of food. I realized the fundamental problem with me is that, okay, I cannot do that. I have to shift gym time to 7 or before 4. I mean, I cannot have gym time between that because like I'm now seeing second order effects. If I did shift, then gym time is gonna get trash. And if gym time is shift to 7, then my dinner time, because I gym for like, would shift to probably like 6 to 7. So that would probably shift to 8 or 8:30. That would be my dinner time, if not 9. and that would once again 8:30 to 9 would be my dinner time, so that would shift my sleep to 11, not at 10. I wanted to go back to 10. Right, right. Ah, so I need to change our talking time to somewhere between 3 to 5 or 2, but she comes back from there at 2:50. I need to ask her a question. I need more data. Yeah, asked her. So now we're gonna get our data that we need to know the answer. Right. So if she, I think, like we will take the approx. I think she gets somewhere about free between 3 to 3:30. I mean, okay. I can actually look back the past chats and actually find out when she actually called, messages me in the afternoon. Wait a sec. Fuck, there's so many messages. Wait a sec. Yeah, yesterday, Wednesday. Oh, yesterday. Not a PM. 2:50. Yeah, she gets free at 2:50. Ah, but she gets free after classes too, like at 1:20. So she's in the van or something when she's coming back home. So it's like, maybe you're sleeping, I'm not. That's what she asked, and that's what I responded. 2:50, most probably, yeah. Ah, so she do get free at 2:50 from the lunch and everything. Yeah, she somewhere about gets, so if she gets free at 2:50, that's actually a good thing, right? If she actually gets free at 2:50 or 3:30 at best, then we can talk by that. And I do not, so I can talk while we eat, like talk while I eat, because my lunch, my afternoon, like meal time is somewhere at 4, right? So I could, yeah, I could actually go downstairs on call like I did yesterday, and I can actually, but yeah, I can't let my mom find out, but she's sleeping majority of the time, and even if she did here, I can just tell her that it's an online friend I'm like doing some work with or something. So that's all right. So I can have like 4 to 5, like around like eating. But then again, am like snooze for 5 minutes one again. So shall I shift it earlier or something? Like damn, I'm designing a okay. So yeah, because I need to get my gym done between 5 to 7. So I mean, I cannot eat at 4 because like it doesn't actually get digested in 1 hour. So I mean, my alarm is at 3:50, but I think I should shift it to 3. Right. So I get like, or so I go downstairs at I know not gonna just go downstairs immediately at 3:15 and get free by 3:30 or something. So I mean, yeah, I can do that, and once that is done, I can just literally like go. But then again, like sometimes the calls are really good or awesome, but I can, yeah, FI or something. So it's kind of like really hard to override. But then again, the system locks in once the sleep lock in, because the sleep leads to more discipline, more productivity, more better improvement, and stuff like that. So yeah, and some days, like if this actually is within out of bound, oh my gosh, now that I resigned, the problem is my life is so perfectly designed and everything happens in a way, and I'm like focusing on maximum productivity. And there's a lot of trade-off. When you focus for maximum productivity, you cannot align with society, you cannot align with other humans, you cannot align, like, yeah, there's so many problems that happens that you have to solve. That's why getting, that's what toppers like because the problem with toppers is like, oh no, the solution with toppers is like, you'll say, okay, but Varric, there's a lot of people who are studying 10 hours a day, but they don't get in this problem because, yeah, they focus on study time. Study time. But when you focus on study time, health, longevity, physical fitness, then. uh, I focus at multiple systems, right? Simultaneously. And I did create a really good life. But then again, I like all of this complexity, just remove my girlfriend. I have to do no planning, nothing at all. Right? Nothing at all. But then again, the only reason why all of this is happening is this is something you need to understand, or this is something everyone or every fucking human needs to understand. Loneliness is metabolically expensive. Like, so if I'm lonely for, let's say, 1 month, I can go on lonely for even longer, trust me, but it is metabolically expensive. Your energy levels drop because there's a reason why I was able to achieve all that even with the trash sleep. Like, it's because there was to some degree, where it's prediction log. And you remember this shit here? Like, gym sleep, dying coding should stabilize, like, end of the month. And I say, like, the reason why sleep, like, one of the most important factor, was not good. But even if it really not wasn't good, okay, what's happening? So even if it really wasn't good, the only reason why I was able to do that because I had a human connection that was really really good. That's why. I mean, I'm really like, trust me, I'm that one person who can be lonely for months. But even I, as a person who can be lonely for months, never recommends to be lonely for months. Loneliness is a problem. That's why we have to spend, like, the more lonely you are, the more energy level decreases, the mood control lies, the impulse control impulse control decrease. It's a down spiral of fucking, like, yeah, loneliness fucks you over. No matter what anyone tells, loneliness kind of fucks you over. That is the very reason I'm streaming. That is the very reason, because I want to be socially seen for who I am, because that cannot be done in front of my girlfriend too, because I cannot share everything with her, right? Of about whom I am, like my planning, because she isn't that type or isn't that reflective. Yeah. So we have loneliness, like the entire plan. So this is how you actually incorporate. So I have now gym. I have a good diet. I have a good gym. I've actually removed noise from the environment by removing the environment and replacing it with a woman. And then I made incentives for the woman. Yeah, let's just environment. Let me just, yeah, environment. And then I had a woman. Let's just, like, yeah, go with the trash handwriting. And then I'm changing the incentives for that woman so she becomes a good regulator. Good regulator. That reinforces gym, that reinforces diet, that reinforces my health. Like, okay, why is there gym 2 times? And health, right? And my studying time, rather than making all of them suffer. Study time. I want to shit real hard. So, like, yeah. So because, and this is all done because of incentives. I need to change her reward schedule. I need to only reward her in afternoon with presents. So that incentive changes, and once the incentive changes, she becomes a good regulator that reinforces what I'm doing. Yeah, so both of us gets happy in the long run. Her sleep schedules improves, and if her sleep schedules improves, her mood improves. Mood improves, better communication. Better communication, like, better relationship. Better relationship. Both of us loving it. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, better future and more stability and more better reinforcement to what I want to get reinforced. So at the end of the day, yeah, her happiness is like literally leads to my happiness, right? So yeah. So we have this thing, and we have to solve this thing, and we are already solving it through incentives. Fuck, again, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not hungry. Stop, buddy. I'm not hungry because I just got my breakfast late. All right. I just can't thrush that all down. I mean, I should have skipped the breakfast and only eaten something in the afternoon, but I was like feeling so hungry. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I was just playing. Now I want to sleep. I want to go back to sleep. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Once the incentive kicks in, we win. My brother is texting me. I dare you to. I did like okay. I missed my brother's not disturb me at night because yeah, he's the only one who disturbs me. My mom and dad doesn't disturb me after 8. So yeah, but he's kind of nice. He'll understand. That's why you need to have male buddies. Yeah, nice guy. All right. Ah, yep, right. What are the chances this will work out? Probability. Probability is low, but let's say there's effectively how much chances? Like if you think probabilistically that this reinforcement loop that we're trying to build works for our sleep and our for our life, 80% chance, 90%. It has effectively 60% chance of working, right? Oh, in the long run, I think in the long run things changes. In the short run, I don't think so. It has high chance, but in the long run, maybe in a week or two, because we did actually in our prediction logging too. We did actually expect it 10 days or something. Like if you like literally see, we did expect it 10 days. Okay, there's another thing that I can do here. I didn't know that. Right. So if you say, I think success rate increases. Let's say in the next 2 weeks, success rate of this system increases. Like the chances of this system working out with the incentives that I'm trying to build here, if she gets good night's sleep tonight, and like yeah, over time her sleep schedule will come back to normal, then I think the chances of the system is working effectively is about 8 to 9 months. 8 to 9 months. Hey, what? What? No, 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 not 8 to 9 months. Sorry, sorry. I was like thinking of something else because I was thinking like, okay, how long has she been ruining her sleep like that? And she says 8 to 9 months. So for the past 1 year, like no money over 8 to 9 months is a massive amount, and it's like because like there's her sleep schedule. If you try to model her, this is her sleep schedule. Now you'll say, Varric, okay, she has been ruining it for 8 to 9 months, and how do you think that? That's why I'm saying, right? It takes a lot of time in these systems to change to occur, not because like they do not want to change, but it's so hard for them. So first of all, now you'll say, okay, why is it like her sleep schedule? So what are loops that are currently improving the stock? Now you'll say, okay, it's her schedule. Schedule is like classes, and relatives, right? So there's like she lives in a relative's house right now because she's in a different city working like for her education or something. So she have relatives. So relatives like sleeps early. Everyone sleeps early. So they are like she have to link her food times with them. So that's another thing that she always have to do. So she has classes and relatives, and she has to sync in them, right? And then she has like studying, and that requires recovery. So and then she has like if she start physical activity too, that would add up, right? So that would improve her sleep quality and time. So it's like if she have physical activity, I don't think so she's ever going to increase her sleep to 6 hours, at least in the next 8 to 9 months. Like, the reason for that is pretty simple. She's preparing for a competition exam, right? And she can't have all that, and that's why I told her that sleeping, like, talking between this time is not good for her competition exams too. And she knows that. But yeah, for the last 8 or 9 months, she's been literally sleeping between this timeline. So if I suddenly ask her to actually, you know, not sleep, like, she's fine with that because she was ruining her sleep for the last 8 to 9 months before she actually started the examination or something, right? You see what I'm trying to say? This is how systems works. But over time, I think if I become the good like node, like, if let's say I become like a what they call it, like, if I also, like, if you add me as incentives too, so it's like Varric here. So Varric, and like, and then you have study, and then you have parents, and then you have relatives, and classes, not parents, hers because she's leaving. So yes, this improves the what it decrease the stock, or makes the stock go away, or like, decrease in quality and quantity. And then also, okay, we have Varric once again if Varric talks late at night, and then we have like studying pressure. But then again, ah, it's neuroplasticity. It's neuroplasticity. Like, yeah, neuroplasticity that she has built. That is the only thing. Oh my gosh, that is actually making her stay awake late at night. And it was me that was reinforcing that neuroplasticity again and again by staying late too. Ah, I was the reinforcing loop in her. Fuck. There's nothing else. Think about it. She studies in afternoon, and she says it's better to study in the afternoon because just after the classes. But she also admits she just can't stay awake in the afternoon. She ends up sleeping because I took the time at night. So that reinforces the neuroplasticity, makes or forces her to study at night. Ah, man, I was shaping incentives too. She was shaping me and I was shaping her. Yeah, I forgot. Systems simultaneously shapes each other. Right. Ah, Donella, I'm fucking sorry, man. Or I'm fucking love you, Donella, for teaching me feedback loops. Ah, now it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Right. So we need to remove this at all cost. And over time, system would stabilize by itself. And I think it will take 2 months because neuroplasticity that she has is higher. Right. This is like that is higher. So if you think about it, we can add here her sleep. In fact, her sleep should stabilize by the end of August, literally. I made this prediction on June 19. I made this prediction on June, because my have bare incentives and I've been trying to force it, so there's value and there's meaning. So June 18, sorry, June 19 again. I made these predictions on June 19th. Yeah. In fact, I think it should even get earlier. There's a high probability that if I stop, like, reinforcing the same neuroplasticity that she had, right? Like, I think like, yeah, neuroplasticity that she had. Plasticity. To if I reinforce, then her neuroplasticity would degrade over time, and like it would be just take. In fact, 2 months is an exaggeration. It could happen earlier once she because she will sooner reach a runaway reinforcing loop because of the inputs. And once she reach a runaway reinforcing loop, she already is reaching a runaway. Oh, it will stabilize if I sleep. Oh my gosh. It was born to stabilize. Both of us, she started with 8 to 9 months. I started with about 1 month of like sleep degradation, and in fact more because back then I used to sleep at 12. So my stable time was 12. After that, I shifted that to 3 a.m. to like 5. Sorry, 5 a.m. I shifted that to 5 a.m. not 3 a.m. Sorry, shifted that all the way because after Sahri I would sleep because like yeah, my parents would follow me to fast even though I'm an agnostic, but so I would sleep at 5 a.m. Right, so I shifted that. I trashed my like sleep schedule. That's why, and then because her was only, it took about 2 months, but now you'll see that tractor in itself would always because the both of our systems will always shift. It's just that corrective feedback for her will take about not. Oh my gosh, it's only 1 month since she should actually start preparing for the exam. So it's like in 3 months, it's inevitable that she will go back to a better baseline. And for me, it was inevitable. But then again, because of her 1 month starting, it takes a time for her to change too. And she worsened my baseline. But it was taking time for me to recover too in those 2 months. Oh my gosh. So if you really run this simulation, at the start, both may actually have a bad sleep schedule because both reinforces bad sleep schedule for each other. But over time, it would improve by itself because system we are plugged into, oh, which shape is that way? This is the only starting dynamic. Over time it would inevitably improve, not because anyone wants it, but because the systems that are shaping us, and especially me and her, both will actually act that way. Yeah, it's just that someone has to first stop because like yeah, it's very pleasurable to talk at night. We need to stop that pleasure. The only but there's another reinforcing loop, which is pleasure. I forgot the pleasure of talking at night, which you'll never get in afternoons. Like so that pleasure is also reinforcing. Both of us, it's like it's oh yeah, because you tend to be more vulnerable and more lovable or adorable, but we can change that by reshaping our behavior to associate that kind of thing with the afternoon, right? Although we would never be able to recreate that at night feeling when you're tired and exhausted and when you have another nervous system around you. But then again, there was another thing. The girlfriend was never this. The girlfriend was the pleasure at night. And she was like her fucked up sleep system, so fucked sleep system. This was another thing. These were the main two things that were shaping her and me to fuck sleep system. To be awake. So yeah, damn. If I only knew about this, not about businesses, but about life, man. I should change the thumbnail from businesses to systems, right? Because we are talking about systems here, and this is how you plan, right? And this is how you foresee future trends and events and how things are gonna work out against or in favor with you, right? Let me just change the thumbnail though. Systems. Yeah, and we'll add this to a playlist and I think I should add do this with everything, I guess. Yeah, I think it's kind of done with everything. So everyone, day 6. I think I did 2 stream on day. No, wait, what? I haven't selected this for anything. I think I now day 4 or day 5 would have that. Yeah, day 5. Don't tell me this also doesn't have it. Okay, this doesn't have it. We're doing a simple concept, guys. Wait a sec. You can only see my face. I mean, I'm showing these things to you guys. I mean, I wouldn't find it, but yeah. Okay, day 3 has it. After day 3, I actually didn't change. They don't. Both of the day 3 has it. I think day 2 also has it. Day 2 has it. Day 1 is also in the playlist. Yep, or day 1 is also in the playlist. Yes, so I guess everything is in the playlist, right? So yeah. Now, yeah, so as you guys can see, this is how we kind of like solve another big problem in my life. Sleep. Damn, I was trying so hard to solve this. Didn't realize incentives were in my favor. Oh man. Uh, the only trade-off here in this system, like there's, I mean, would you even consider trade-off? Because what you get out of improved sleep is better sleep, better time, better everything. You get everything that gets better. Like where was we? Like yeah, so I think you get a better study time, you get gym, diet, like health and everything, right? And the only trade-off is less pleasure at night. That is like you'll like sorry, not less pleasure in afternoon. So you'll lose on some pleasure. Like that is the only trade-off. For everything you'll gain, both of the people. Yeah. Damn, could you imagine that? I mean, she gets free by this time, right? So she'll miss it soon. About yeah. Yes. I'll be back now, and now we'll focus on answering these questions, right? So we have entirety of the questions here. So this were the research that I did, and we need to answer this too real quick. Oh my gosh, there's so much work to do. Yeah, I'll come back after shitting, eating. It may take an hour, it may take 2 hours, who knows? For the last 1.5 hour, especially 1 hour, we can say we were like trying to just try to find out the incentives and all that, how to fix everything. And I did think now from my prediction login I mean, yeah, her suit is stabilized by August, if not like by July, because I think she has a lot of neuroplasticity, like within less than 10 days. Like, but my should lock in within this 10 days because I've been trying to fix it, and there's a lot of systems and incentives there too that's working for me, and I do not sleep in the afternoon to actually force myself to sleep only at night. So I think in 10 days. And in 10 to 15 days, I mean, like, it still takes biology time. Like, biology takes a lot of time, man. There's something wrong with biology. Why does it take so much time? Yeah, because if it changes too fast, then yeah, like yeah, it would dissolve. But there's an entire system behind it. Why if it changes too fast change is also problematic. So 10 to 15 days, and after that, in 10 to 15 days, our communication in the afternoon would improve. So I think it's just like days that will actually have a lot of impact on our relationship, I suppose. Yeah. So I should just initiate this in chat. How about both of us sleep earlier and talk more in the afternoon, right? Yeah, that's the best time to talk. Yeah. So now we get into this, and now I just have to shape incentives for her, and now I'll make it explicit because I'm like, yeah, how about we make it a common habit of talking into afternoon rather than at night, right? Yeah, something like that. But it's her mother that forces her to talk at night. If you really think about this, it's her mother that actually forces because of her mother. She like because her mother sometimes comes to stay at the relative's house and she stays in the same room, so it's only night that she's kind of like a she goes to sleep in a different room at night or something. But yeah, for the majority of the day, she came up for her daughter, so she talks to her, see what she's doing, how it's going. So yeah, so that only rare, right? And I think it's only obsession at the start, and over time she'll stop coming. She'll come less and less, which is works again in our favor. So I told you it's a temporary dynamic, and this is what humans do. They take temporary dynamic as the absolute reality, and they predict a future where temporary dynamics that would actually die out, and they think, oh, this is how the future will gonna be, and this is what exactly I thought, right? Oh my gosh, kind of tired, right? Yeah. Um. I'll come back after lunch, guys. Yeah, man. Actually, I'm sorry, but I think we have to take a break for longer. I mean, for about 1 or 2 hours because I have to go for lunch, I have to shit, and then I have to go outside for some work. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, we are supposed to study, but my sleep got fucked because of the girlfriend, like I told you. So, yeah, we wouldn't be able to study. I mean, I'll come online at 3 to 5, somewhere between that timeline. So yeah, goodbye for today. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Oh my gosh, we didn't have any productive stuff today, but that's all right.